An opera is a drama which combines soliloquy, dialogue, scenery, and action, and continuous or nearly continuous music. The whole always greater than the parts. This is going to be my mantra. I'm going to chant it constantly. The whole always greater than the parts. We can talk about all the silly aspects of opera, and we will. Oh, indeed we will. But we always must look holistically. What are we aiming for dramatically? An opera is a drama which combines soliloquy, dialogue, scenery, action, and continuous or nearly continuous music, the whole always greater than the parts. Now, literally, opera means simply musical work or musical composition. This huge repertorial world we call opera is an incredibly diverse and varied theatrical musical tradition. Look, this thing we call opera is at least as varied as this thing we call food. There's good and bad, light and heavy. Some of it is well cooked, properly prepared, and imaginatively presented, while some is served, if you'll excuse me, pretty raw. Some meals are short and to the point, and others can go on all evening. Like food, some opera is good for us, and some, frankly, is not, although the opera that's not good for us doesn't mean it's not fun. I mean, nachos aren't good for us either, but there's times when we cannot resist their lure. So let's understand that whether it's good or bad for us is not a reflection on whether we have a good time while we're there. Like food, there are distinctly nationalistic schools of opera, each of which reflect the spirit of their time, their place, and their audience. In its 400-year history, opera has been an intimate aristocratic entertainment and a huge public spectacle. Operatic stories have run the gamut from great and profound drama to a level of stupidity and vacuity that would make a TV network programmer blush. At different times, opera has celebrated mythological creatures, kings and queens, the confrontation between the upper and the lower classes, common people, the supernatural and bizarre, and the everyday and commonplace. In its 400-year history, operatic singing style has changed constantly from era to era, and even, my friends, from place to place, depending upon, 1, the language being sung in, 2, the size of the rooms being sung in, 3, the ability and taste, or lack thereof, of the singers themselves, and 4, the expectations of the audience. Please, 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 we have got to remember that for most of its history, opera was the Super Bowl halftime show, the wraparound screen, surround sound theater, the computer-animated virtual reality experience of its time. In a pre-electronic age, opera was the single most stimulating, extraordinary, sweep the audience off its collective derriere into another world, special effects-dominated fantasy entertainment environment known to Western humankind. Opera, as a musical genre, is also the longest continuing running show around.